I love Bridget Jones as a character. I think Renée Zellweger is perfectly cast in this, and Colin Firth and Hugh Grant just give us the perfect package. But The Edge of Reason as a narrative, I find not that exciting. And I'm not sure if it's just because the first film is so fantastic. But I find that the second film is just lacking something that the first film provided. So to kind of review it as a sequel, it's not as good, but it's fine. But kind of as a film on its own, it still has the great level of humour, the fantastic performance from Renée Zellweger. And I think it's still very much the best of British when you look at the cast, and there's a lot about this that I still really enjoy. So The Edge of Reason was released in 2004, directed by Beeban Kidron, written by Andrew Davies, and of course based on the novels by Helen Fielding. I haven't read the novels. If you have, I'd love to know your thoughts and how they compare. Of course, we have Renée Zellweger as Bridget Jones. We also have Jim Broadbent, Celia, Imrie, Colin Firth, of course, Hugh Grant. The cast for this is as wonderful as you could expect. And I think that's something that always kind of puts a stamp on British films. It's a brilliant cast. Sally Phillips, Shirley Henderson, Jessica Hines, the list goes on. The acting, the casting, all of that is incredible. Jason Watkins, I'm just kind of looking through the IMDb list. So many amazing actors in this, and I think it is very well cast. Obviously, Renée Zellweger as Bridget Jones is great. I like the colour palettes, the lighting's good, the set locations, the variety of sets and locations work really well, keep things fresh and exciting. The comedy is pretty decent. The only thing that I don't think is that thrilling is the actual narrative itself. So the description from IMDb says, after finding love, Bridget Jones questions if she really has everything she'd ever dreamed of having. I'm assuming you've seen the first film. I won't spoil this film, but this one starts a couple of weeks after the first film ends. And, she's got this relationship with Mark Darcy, and not everything is a bed of roses. Things start to maybe not go wrong, but make her question things, and then it begins to snowball as it would do in true Bridget Jones fashion. And there's nothing particularly wrong with any of the situations that are presented. They don't feel forced, they don't feel unrealistic or unbelievable. They're just not as fascinating as I think they could be. Obviously, as I said, it's very well acted, very well cast, with some pretty decent dialogue. So in that respect, there's a lot in it that is likeable. But I think we were spoiled with the first film and how great it is that the second film is decent, but not as incredible. I would recommend it. I'd recommend all of the Bridget Jones films. Maybe if you saw the first film and weren't too much of a fan, I wouldn't say this will be for you. But if you saw the first film, which I assume you have, and you liked the first film, definitely give the second one a go. It's good fun. It's quite good fun. I think it's just shy of 2 hours. It's good fun and worth a watch. Just don't expect it to be as brilliant. But then I think Bridget Jones's Baby was really enjoyable in parts. So I think it just depends on what mood you're in and what you're looking for. It's not as classic as the original. Of course it isn't. A sequel very rarely is. But it still kind of has the hallmarks of Bridget Jones, stays true to the character. Not the best film in the world, but I can't really fault it.